Have you ever really thought about what it would feel like to be completely known? I mean, not just the things you do, but your deepest, most hidden thoughts. Well, we're about to dive into one of the most powerful passages ever written on this very idea, the opening of Psalm 139. It's all about grappling with a God who knows literally everything. The entire psalm, everything that follows, really stands on this one foundational line. It's not a question, it's not a guess, it's a straight-up declaration, a statement of fact that just sets the stage for this incredible meditation. And right away, that line forces us to ask this question. What does it really mean to be known? Not just known about, but truly, completely known, from the inside out. This is the big idea we're going to explore through David's words here. Now, what makes this text so mind-blowing isn't just that it's beautiful poetry, it's about where it comes from. See, this isn't human philosophy. It's not Plato or Aristotle trying to reason their way up to what God might be like. The claim here is totally different. It's that this is divine revelation, God revealing himself down to us through David. To really get the first part, it helps to see the blueprint for the whole thing. The psalm is brilliantly structured, built on 4 main pillars, and each one leads right into the next. So let's just quickly map it out. So it kicks off with God's complete knowledge, what we call his omniscience, and that's where we're going to focus today. From there, it moves to his presence everywhere, his omnipresence. Then it thinks about our own existence as his creation, and it all wraps up with a final prayer, which is a direct response to all these staggering truths. It's a really beautiful logical flow, so let's dig into that first pillar. The entire meaning of this psalm really hangs on the very first word David uses. Now, in most of our Bibles, you'll see Lord in all caps. That's actually a stand-in for the original Hebrew, which uses God's personal covenant name, Yahweh. And understanding that one name, well, it changes everything. Yahweh, this is the name God gave to Moses at the burning bush. It basically means, I am whom I am. It points to a being who is eternal, who just exists on his own, with no beginning and no end. He simply is. So you see, this isn't just a title, it's a statement about his very nature. So when David starts with, O Yahweh, he's not just using a label. He's pulling up God's entire resume. He's reminding himself that the one who knows him is a God who keeps his promises, an intimate God, not some distant force, a God who is eternal, who saves, who speaks truth, and whose word you can absolutely rely on. All of that is packed into that one single name. So from establishing who this God is, David shifts gears to talk about what this God does. He uses these 2 incredibly powerful verbs, you have searched me and known me. Okay, so what does searched actually mean here? The literal Hebrew word is probably not what you'd expect. It means to dig. Yeah, so just picture a miner, deep underground, searching for gold or diamonds. This is not a casual glance. It's an intense, thorough, deep-down excavation. This quote just nails the feeling of it. It's as if God has gone down into the mine of your life with a pickaxe and is digging into every single nook and cranny to get a complete picture. According to David, there's absolutely nothing hidden, no detail left unturned. Then David gives us these really concrete, everyday examples. You know, when I sit down and when I rise up, think about that. That covers the entire spectrum of our existence, from our moments of total rest and inactivity to our moments of greatest action and motion. He knows it all perfectly. And he keeps going with another incredible picture, this time from farming. He says God searches out his path, but the original word there means to winnow. You know, that's the process of throwing grain into the air to separate the valuable kernel from the worthless chaff. The implication here is just staggering. God has already sorted the good from the bad in our lives, seeing the outcome before we even take a single step. And this complete knowledge isn't passive, like God's just watching a movie. It's active. David says God, he hems him in, which is like being completely enclosed on all sides. We are surrounded, contained by this knowing presence. And then he adds, you lay your hand upon me, which signifies power and control. We're not just being observed by God, we're being held inside his knowing gaze. Okay, so after describing this all-encompassing, all-knowing God, how in the world does a human being react to that? David's response is just one of pure, unfiltered awe. And right here, we get to the climax of this whole meditation. David stops describing God and starts describing his own reaction. He basically confesses his limits.
He's looking at an idea so massive, so profound, that his human brain just hits a wall. And that specific word he uses to describe it, wonderful, that is absolutely key.
See, today we use the word wonderful for a good movie or a nice sunset. But in the Bible, this word carried some serious weight. It almost always describes something supernatural, an act of God that is fundamentally outside of human experience. It's not just amazing, it's almost alien. It's a type of knowledge we simply can't get to on our own. And that's what it leaves us with, this final thought. David's psalm isn't just a description of God. It's like a map of a human mind running smack into the infinite. And he doesn't run away in fear, he responds in awe. So the question the psalm sort of throws back at us is this. When we are faced with a truth that is too high, too vast for us to fully get our minds around, what's our response?